Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Denia, and I wanted to follow up on my Vanessa Guillen disappearance story because since I last recorded the other video, some investigation reports have been released, and this was written by FBI Special Agent Jonathan W. Varga. And of course, these are true statements, and these are the things that were said by the folks who were investigating or who are investigating the disappearance of Vanessa Guillen. So there are, I don't know, about 15 points, and I want to go through them. I want to read them for you so that you can just really understand what happened to Vanessa Guillen. Now, I want to warn you, some of the stuff is really graphic, it's really sad. So I'm warning you. If you like the content on my page, I am asking you to please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So I want to warn you also, the Army uses a lot of acronyms. So I'm going to try and read some of them, really tell you the name of what they are. And some of them I don't know, so bear with me, all right? So part of the background investigation, point one, said that on 4/23, the United States Criminal Investigation Division was notified that by the captain in the regiment, the regimental provost marshal, 3rd Cavalry Regiment, Forthood in Texas, that Private First Class Vanessa Guillen had been reported missing by her unit. So that's on 4/22. Remember, her family's been saying that she went missing on 4/22. This was on 4/23. All right. Her department, her unit, said she was missing on 4/23. A witness stated that Private First Class Guillen left the arms room where she was working, to visit the arms room of another location at Fort Hood, one controlled by Specialist Aaron Robinson, in order to confirm serial numbers for weapons and equipment. The witness verified that Private First Class Guillen left the arms room without her U.S. Army identification card, her bank card, or car keys with her bearings key attached. The witness stated that her property was still in the arms room where when he secured the arms room for the day. So she was in her arms room, and then she was going to go to Aaron Robinson's arms room, and she left and never came back. So the person who took care of Vanessa Guillen's arms room noted that when he left for the day, all of her stuff was still there. So item number 3, it says that a search of Private First Class Guillen's phone records revealed that the last outgoing text message from her phone was a message to Specialist Robinson's phone. Specialist Robinson was one of the last people to know to have seen Private First Class Guillen on April 22nd. So Specialist Robinson stated that he texted Vanessa Guillen to inform her that he was in the arms room. He said that she read serial numbers for equipment, and afterwards he gave her paperwork and the serial number of a 50 caliber machine gun which needed to be serviced. Remember, she was a 91F, so she was an artillery arms repair person. So she put her hands on guns and fixed them. So he said that she left the arms room, and he believed that she would have gone next door to the motor pool. Witnesses at the motor pool, prepared to receive the paperwork from Private First Class Guillen, stated that she did not arrive with the paperwork. Point number 4 is that on April 28th, the United States Criminal Investigation Division interviewed Specialist Robinson, and among the things that he said concerning his activities on April 22nd was that after he finished work, he went off to his home off post that he shares with his girlfriend Cecily Aguilar, and did not leave for the rest of the night except for around 6:30 when he had to come on post to sign a government computer to enroll in training. Point number 5 is that on May 18th, almost a month after Vanessa Guillen was missing, 2 witnesses were interviewed who stated that on April 22nd, they observed Specialist Robinson pulling a large box with wheels that appeared very heavy coming out of the arms room, the same room where Specialist Robinson worked. So the 2 witnesses observed Robinson load the tough box into his vehicle and drive away. So if you don't know what a tough box is, it's just one of those really, really big boxes. They're kind of lean but big. They said that this one was about 3 feet in height. And I've read reports that say that he was having a hard time getting that tough box into his vehicle, and you can just imagine why. So point number 6 is on 5/19. Specialist Robinson consented to a search of his cell phone by the UFED extraction. A review of the phone call logs revealed that Specialist Robinson called Aguilar multiple times during the night of April 22nd, and as late as 3:30 in the morning, and on April 23rd. So Specialist Robinson also received calls from Aguilar throughout the day. An accomplice, if you ask me. Cecily Aguilar is a girlfriend of Specialist Robinson. She was interviewed on June 19th, almost 2 months after Vanessa Guillen went missing. Aguilar stated that she was with Specialist Robinson on the night of 4/22. She was asked why Specialist Robinson would call her after midnight if he was at the same residence with her, and she stated that she couldn't find her phone, so Robinson would call her phone to help her find it. This statement, however, is inconsistent with the length of the phone call. Specialist Robinson called Aguilar several times throughout the night, and the calls after midnight were for lengths greater than a minute. Point number 8 is that Aguilar, during a re-interview, said that she lied in her previous statements. She said that she did leave her residence because one of the ways that she copes is by taking long drives. Aguilar stated that she and Specialist Robinson on the night of April 22nd, where they took a long drive to a park in Belton, Texas, to look at stars. Aguilar stated that after going to the park, they returned home. So they were looking at stars. An analysis of the phone records pertaining to Specialist Robinson's telephone was conducted. A review of the location data revealed that approximately at 1:59 on April 23rd, Specialist Robinson's cell phone was identified in the vicinity of FM 436 and West Main in Belton, Texas. And I'm teary-eyed because this is just, this is so terrible. Specialist, specifically on or around a bridge. Specialist Robinson's cell phone then tracked along the Leon River in a northward direction. Specialist Robinson's cell phone remained in the area for approximately 2 hours. So that means that they did what they needed to do in 2 hours. Point number 10 is Aguilar's cellular telephone location data was also analyzed later, and it revealed that she and Specialist Robinson were near the Leon River together on April 23rd and on April 26th. So they went once and then they went back again. Based on this data, personnel from the U.S. Criminal Investigation Division, the Bell County Sheriff's Office, and the Texas Rangers searched the Leon River site in Belton, Texas on June 21st. A burn site, disturbed earth was identified. It says a burn site with disturbed earth was identified. What appeared to be burned remains of a plastic tote or a tough box were found nearby in an area near where Specialist Robinson's phone pinged. The soil beneath the earth site was remarkably softer and moister than the soil found in similar deaths merely feet away and had an odor of decomposition. However, no remains were found that day. Point number 12 is that around 1 p.m. on June 30th, more than 2 months after Vanessa, actually 68 days after Vanessa had gone missing, the U.S. Criminal Investigation Division was notified by contractors working on a fence adjacent to the Leon River in Belton, Texas, that they discovered what appeared to be human remains. The U.S. Center for, no, not center, but the USCID, along with the FBI and the Bell County Sheriff's Office, the USMC and the Texas Rangers searched the area and identified scattered human remains that appeared to have been placed in a concrete-like substance and buried. It's tough reading this, I'm not gonna lie. Point number 13, at around 8:30 p.m. on June 30th, Aguilar was interviewed and admitted that Specialist Robinson told her that on April 22nd, he struck a female soldier in the head with a hammer multiple times in his arms room, killing her in Fort Hood. Affiant knows that his arms room is located in the Special Maritime and Territory Jurisdiction of the United States and in an area exclusive to federal jurisdiction. Aguilar advised that the female soldier never made it out of the Army alive, referring to Fort Hood. Specialist Robinson then placed her in a box and moved the box to a location near Leon River in Belton, Texas. It says that paragraphs 14 through 19 are a summary of Aguilar's statements to law enforcement on June 30th. And keep in mind that, you know, she was talking and Aaron Robinson was being, you know, he was suspected. They were trying to hold him at Fort Hood, but they weren't successful. So he took off running. And on the night or the morning of July 1st, he committed suicide in front of police officers. So I have so many ugly things to say, but I'm not going to say them. I'm just going to continue reading. So, number 14 is on the evening of April 22nd or in the early morning of March. I keep saying April and March, but I mean April 22nd and the early morning of April 23rd, Specialist Robinson picked up Aguilar at a gas station she worked and took her out to the site near Leon River near a bridge. A box with wheels and handles was already at the site. Specialist Robinson walked Aguilar over to the woods and opened the box for Aguilar, and she saw the dead female in the box. Aguilar, on a later date, identified the dead female as Vanessa Guillen. So what's going on in this girl's head? You know, she could have just gone and called the cops. She could have given information, but I think she thought she was Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know. It's just so aggravating to read this. And then, you know what's crazy is her Instagram profile is open. So she was posting things about how she's the moon and the stars and all of this, but she was an accomplice to murder. She is horrible. Let me drink some water. Point number 15 is definitely gruesome, and it says, to more easily dispose and to conceal a body of the dead female, Specialist Robinson and Aguilar proceeded to dismember the dead female's body. I mean, what is wrong with these people? They used a hatchet or an axe or a machete type knife. They removed the limbs and the head from the body. Specialist Robinson and Aguilar attempted to burn the body. However, the body could not be burned completely. They placed a dead female in 3 separate holes and covered up the remains. it's really terrible to read this. It's terrible for the family. I'm so sorry this happened to Vanessa Guillen. I'm so sorry the family has to go through this. This is definitely, um, you know, the military really failed Vanessa Guillen in so many ways. If he bludgeoned her with a hammer in his armory room, who cleaned up? Who? Who cleaned up for him? Did nobody see him with stuff, with bloody things? Did nobody smell anything? Did nobody go look at the armory room? I mean, CID, I know that they do a lot of investigation of really gruesome things. Why would they not look? Why? It's terrible. I'm so sad for that family. On June 22nd, when Vanessa went missing, her sister Maida took off from Houston, and at the time that these idiots were committing this crime, her sister was out there looking for her. She was looking for her baby sister. So it's really terrible. These are some really horrible people. And to know that this girl had an Instagram page and she was acting like nothing, like she didn't do anything, like she was not an accomplice to anything. Like, why would she not report this guy? Why? I mean, what about him was so great? And let me not forget to mention that this girl was married. She is the estranged wife of a former Fort Hood soldier. And there is another Fort Hood soldier that has been arrested regarding the murder of Vanessa Guillen. And I'm going to have to research more about that, about him and what his role was in all of this. But obviously somebody had to help him. And why would they not go look for Vanessa? Why would she be gone to an arms room for the whole day and nobody looks for her? Why? Why wait until 4:23 to report her missing? Why? And you know what? Another thing that's annoying to me, and this is just my rant, what's annoying to me is that now the military, the Criminal Investigation Division, has been thoroughly investigating, and that they don't find any information regarding whether Vanessa Guillen was actually being sexually harassed. But something was wrong. Something was wrong. Either something was wrong in the organization, and obviously something was wrong in Specialist Aaron Robinson's head, because he was able to commit such a gruesome crime and, dismember this sweet girl's body and bury it. They apparently used lime and a quick concrete mix and dug holes and did horrible things to her body. So in Jonathan Vargas, or Specialist Vargas, report, it says, in conclusion, based on the aforementioned facts, there is probable cause to believe that a violation of Title 18 in the United States Code 1520 C and K, that is conspiracy to corruptly alter, destroy, or mutilate or conceal an object, or attempts to do so with the intent to impair an object's integrity or availability to use in official proceedings, was committed by Cecily Aguilar. So basically, she tampered with evidence. Additionally, the original offense of murder was committed on the Fort Hood military installation located within the Waco division of the Western District of Texas, a place of special maritime and territorial jurisdiction of federal government. A murder at Fort Hood and any related obstruction offenses would be pursued as criminal proceedings in the United States District Court, Western District of Texas. So, if Aaron wasn't a coward and committed suicide, he would have been tried, of course, in military court. So, statement number 2 is, according to your affiant, respectfully request that an arrest warrant be issued for Cecily Aguilar. So Cecily Aguilar was arrested. She is behind bars, where she needs to be for the rest of her life, because she made poor choices. I mean, there are some poor choices that can be looked over, but to conceal, to tamper with a body, to do such ugly things with a beautiful person, um, she needs to be in jail forever. So there were rumors on Facebook and Instagram that she had posted bail, but in a press conference yesterday from the CID, the Criminal Investigation Division, they confirmed that Cecily Aguilar is still in custody and she needs to remain in custody. I hope that her family does not bail her out. Again, I'm asking, and of course, this report was written by Jonathan W. Garcia, who's a special agent with the FBI, and it was written on July 2nd, 2020. I know that this has been made public, so that's why I thought I would read it to you. This is gruesome, it's ugly, and I pray that Vanessa Guillen's family, Rogelio and Gloria, his mom and dad, really find peace. And woo, I want to cry. That her older sisters and her younger sisters really find peace and really know that Vanessa really touched people's hearts and that she was a beautiful soul. And even though I didn't know her, actually someone in my family knows her and her family. So I thought that it's important to share this information, because not because I want to, share the gruesomeness, but because I want you to know what's happening in Fort Hood. Something is wrong. This family has requested a congressional audit, if you will. Somebody needs to go in there, and they're requesting that if somebody's claiming that there's sexual harassment within the Army, that the Army does not need to investigate itself. It's like saying, oh, let me see if I did something wrong myself. Of course, you're not going to say you did anything wrong. You're not going to find anything wrong because it's your own organization. There are lots of petitions. There are things that you can sign. There are ways that you can make a difference so that Vanessa Guillen's life wasn't in vain. Again, I'm sending prayers to the family. I'm sorry this had to happen to Vanessa. I'm really sad. But hopefully something good will come out of this. And I know that family is so powerful. The mom, Gloria Guillen, Mayra, and the youngest sister, I can't remember her name, they have been so outspoken, and I'm so proud of them. And that's it. That's all I have for today. I'm going to do a little bit more research, and I'm going to try and find out the other person's name. I think his name's Cody something. I'm going to try and find his role in all of this and see how he was involved in this disappearance of Vanessa Guillen. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you heard, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.